Inspirational Creatives, episode 230. Welcome to Inspirational Creatives. I'm your host, Rob Lawrence. Join me every Friday as I chat with successful artists, producers, and creative entrepreneurs who share powerful stories and strategies. They can help you to create the life that you want. Listen each week as these inspirational creatives show you how to take your creativity to the next level. You'll learn how to create a sustainable business that inspires others and gives you the financial freedom and lifestyle that you want. Thanks for listening. Make sure you sign up at inspirationalcreatives.com to get free exclusive bonus material. And now, on with the show. Rob here, and a very warm welcome to 30 Days of Daily Inspiration on the Inspirational Creatives podcast. And welcome to the final episode for 2017. If this is the first episode of Inspirational Creatives that you're listening to, I wish you a very warm welcome, and I highly encourage you to consider, after this episode, winding back to episode 200 and having a listen to the last 30 days of daily inspiration to get an idea of the bigger picture of what this podcast is all about. If you're new to Inspirational Creatives, normally every Friday on this podcast, I share with you an interview with an expert, followed by a short action episode each Wednesday where I focus in on a piece of their wisdom that you can apply to your life right now. To celebrate 200 episodes and 3 years of Inspirational Creatives, I've offered you 30 days of daily inspiration to help you get ready and inspired for 2018. And that's exactly what this episode 230, day 30, the last day of 30 days of daily inspiration, is all about. So going into 2018, out of everything I've learned in the last 3 years of this podcast and over 200 episodes interviewing some of the world's most successful creative people, I encourage you to follow your curiosity. Now, when I first began this podcast, I was looking for answers. And in fact, I've probably got more questions now, 200 episodes later. But what I wanted to know way back when, in November 2014, from some of the most successful people that I know, is what is involved in creating a living doing what we love. I've probably had as many different answers as I have had interviews, but there are some very strong themes that have risen to the surface and become apparent to me. One of those themes is to do what you love and what you feel passionate about, but there's a bit more to it than that. If you've been paying close attention to the artwork for this series, you'll notice that it says, "Passion led us here." And indeed, it probably is passion that's led us here. Yet, I propose it's curiosity that will get you there. I've been amongst many an advocate for following your passion, but there's a problem with that approach. Passion won't necessarily give you the freedom or the purpose that you are looking for. And that's for a whole variety of reasons, which I share in university workshops and with my clients. But the bottom line is that passion is something that comes from doing an activity that you enjoy. And what I mean by that is passion can be misleading. If you think about what you're passionate about, the chances are you are passionate about a number of things, not just one thing. And another thing to consider when it comes to passion is that not only are we multi-passionate beings, but our passions change over time. They evolve. So what we are passionate about today might be different to what we were passionate about 5 or 10 years ago. And we're likely to be passionate about different things again in the future. Another myth about passion is that it is all or nothing, and that you have to give everything up to follow your passion. Following your passion, or your passions, may lead you to the life and success that you are looking for, but it can be risky business. Which is why I highly recommend trying ideas out on the side. In my experience, if you give up a good career, job or lifestyle to follow something that you are passionate about, you may succeed, but it's got just as much chance of leading to trouble. Some folks say, follow your dreams and the money will follow. And whilst in some instances that's very true, there's rarely an instance that I've seen that is truly an overnight success. Creating a living doing what we love takes time and experimentation. And it takes determination, which is where passion can be helpful. What we believe we would love to do may not be all that it's cracked up to be when we actually finally get there and try it. I know this from my own first-hand experience. Now, please don't misunderstand me. Passion is important. It's important for motivation. Having passion will get you through the tough times and the bigger challenges that stand in the way of what it is that you want. Passion can also be a differentiator. It can separate you from the rest. But if it's not about following our passion, what is it about? Well, I believe creativity is about following our curiosity. In my experience, passion can run out. Although it can return, yet curiosity is always there. Curiosity is what children inherently possess, and in my experience, when I'm following my curiosity, it's often when I'm most happiest. Recently, I've been reading Sir Ken Robinson's book, Out of Our Minds, which is a book dedicated to the topic of learning to be creative. What stands out for me from that book is that children believe they are highly creative, whereas many adults believe that they are not. Many adults have lost touch with their own creativity and curiosity, and I believe this is a huge problem in the world we live in today. Today we are living in a complex world that is changing faster than ever. And as Sir Ken states, nobody really knows how complex the future is going to be. And this is where our creativity and curiosity come in. One of the greatest gifts that human intelligence has been gifted with is the gift of creativity. The opportunities and the possibilities of the future will all require us to be more creative. Some of the best advice that I've ever been given was to choose the problems you enjoy solving. If you want a life, a career or a business doing what you love, I encourage you to start thinking about the problems you enjoy solving. Where does your curiosity lead you? What problems do you enjoy solving, and who do you enjoy solving them for? For me, creativity is not just about free expression. It can be about working in a highly focused way whilst having to make critical judgments, drawing upon our skills, talents and knowledge and our abilities to manage these facets in a way that creates an innovative new approach towards solving a specific problem. And yes, of course, it can mean self-expression. I believe art and creativity are vital to our survival. We are living in a time of revolution, and the possibilities and opportunities could not be more exciting. But going into 2018, I highly encourage you to consider what it is that makes you tick. What fires you up and your curiosity in a way that is insatiable? What do you love to do? What problems do you like to solve? And what ways do you like to express yourself in a way that gives you a strong sense of joy, fun and freedom, and in a way that offers meaning, well-being and entertainment to others? Passion is one of the ingredients, and so is purpose. But if you're unsure of what your purpose is today, perhaps make your purpose finding your purpose. You could also consider this quote from Gandhi: "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." If you're struggling with purpose right now in your life, or maybe you've got a great idea that you want to pursue going into 2018, I've got 5 spots available to work one-on-one together for 6 months going into 2018. So drop me an email at rob@inspirationalcreatives.com with 2018 in the subject, and I will send you the application details. Join me again in the new year with our regular Inspirational Creatives podcast series, and boy have I got some exciting guests to share with you. Until then, I wish you all the very best for the rest of 2017 and a happy, prosperous and creative 2018 following your curiosity. Thanks for listening. Nothing beats the stories and advice of an expert to help you raise your creative game. I would love to know what you thought about today's episode, so don't forget to subscribe in iTunes where you can rate and review the show. If you like this episode, I invite you to share it on Facebook or Twitter with the one person you know who will benefit from the wisdom shared here today. You can find the show notes on inspirationalcreatives.com/podcast. If you have a burning question or a great idea for a guest, head on over to inspirationalcreatives.com/contact, where you can connect with me there. A big thanks to my good friend Steve Palfreyman for inspiring this series of 30 days of daily inspiration, and a huge thanks to my wife Sandra for creating all the episode images for the last 30 days. And finally, thanks to my 2 young sons for letting me put the time aside to record all of these